There is something sacred about putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard and pouring your heart out in a letter. When we write, we don't just express our confusion, we begin to untangle it. We don't just ask for answers, we start discovering them within ourselves. Every week, letters arrive at modernaimystic at the rate gmail.com. Some short, some pages long, some typed in hurry at midnight, others carefully composed over days. Each one carries a unique story, a personal struggle, a question that keeps someone awake at night. And we read every single one with the same devotion, the same care, because we know that behind each letter is a soul seeking clarity, connection, and perhaps just a little reassurance that they are not alone. Today's letter comes from someone navigating one of the most delicate journeys of our generation, the bridge between honoring where we come from and embracing who we are becoming. Dear Krishna, my name is Amit, and I'm writing this from my hometown in Bihar. I came home for Diwali and Chhat Puja, and as I sit here in my childhood room tonight, my heart feels both full and heavy. I am in my mid 20s and I feel like I'm living two separate lives. One is the life my parents envisioned for me, a secure, settled path involving a stable corporate job, quick marriage, and accumulating assets. The traditional Indian measure of success? The other is my own, a life driven by self expression, creative career exploration, and a hunger for collecting experiences, which are my non negotiable top priorities. During the festival between lighting diyas and family gatherings, the conversation turned to my future. When I spoke about my passion driven careers, my traveling, my photography, my freelancing work, or my need for personal freedom, they listened with skeptical silence. They genuinely interpreted my choices as immaturity, a massive risk, or sheer irresponsibility, leading to agonizing family friction. What should have been a celebration felt like a quiet confrontation. I love my parents dearly, Krishna, and I see the love and fear that drives their expectations. But I feel like I'm constantly disappointing them by choosing my own truth over their comfort. The guilt is immense. It is a classic intergenerational value clash, and I desperately need to know how can I balance respecting their tradition with the need to honor my own unconventional path to success without burning the family bridge entirely. Your true devotee, Amit, caught between worlds. Dear Amit, first let us honor the courage it took to write this letter. You are standing at the crossroads that every generation must face, but perhaps none as visibly as ours. Our parents grew up in a world where safety meant sameness, where love was expressed through protection, and where dreams were measured by their predictability. We are growing up in a world that demands authenticity, celebrates exploration, and redefines success not by what we accumulate but by who we become. Both worlds are real, both perspectives are born of love. The challenge is not choosing one over the other, it is learning to translate between them. Let me share an old story with you. There was once a farmer whose horse ran away. His neighbors rushed over saying, "What terrible luck." The farmer simply said, "Maybe." A few days later, the horse returned bringing 7 wild horses with it. The neighbors celebrated. "What incredible fortune." Again, the farmer said, "Maybe." His son tried to tame one of the wild horses and broke his leg in the process. Such misfortune, the neighbors lamented. The farmer remained calm. Maybe. When war broke out and soldiers came to draft all the young men in the village, they passed over the farmer's son because of his injury. Finally, the neighbors understood. What seemed like tragedy was actually protection. What felt like loss was preparation for something greater. Our parents see our choices and feel fear. We see them and feel faith. Both are expressions of love, just spoken in different languages. They look at our path and see risk because they cannot yet see where it leads. We look at their path and feel suffocation because we know it is not ours to walk. Neither of us is wrong. We are simply standing at different points on the same mountain, seeking different views. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjun, you have the right to your actions, but not to the fruits of your actions. Our parents are attached to outcomes, the steady job, the predictable future, the safety they can see and measure. We are attached to purpose, the work that feeds our spirit, the life that reflects our truth. Both matter, but only one is ours to live. Here is what we want you to understand: this conflict is not about who is right, it is about who is willing to build the bridge first. Start by recognizing the fear beneath their words. Every time your parents say, why can't you just take a stable job? What they are really saying is, I'm terrified that I won't be able to protect you. Every time they dismiss your creative work, they are not dismissing you. They are wrestling with the world they do not fully understand, where the old maps no longer lead to treasure. Their resistance is not rejection, it is anxiety dressed up as authority. Speak to that fear with empathy, not defense. Instead of arguing for your freedom, invite them into your vision. Sit with them, not in that heat of conflict, but in a quiet moment, and say, I know you want security for me. I want that too. Let me show you how I am building it, just in a different form. Share your plans, your progress, your small wins. Show them the structure beneath your spontaneity. When they see that your path has intentions, their fear will begin to soften. Make your choices visible, not just your dreams. Parents do not need you to be perfect, they need you to be responsible. So show them responsibility in your language. Open a savings account and share your goals. Set boundaries around your creative time and honor them. Demonstrate that freedom and discipline are not opposites, they are partners. The more you prove that your unconventional path is built on solid ground, the more their skepticism will turn to curiosity and eventually to respect. And finally, trust the unfolding. There'll be days when they do not understand. There'll be moments when you feel the weight of their disappointment like a stone in your chest. But remember this: you are not tearing the family fabric, you are weaving a new pattern with the same threads of love, commitment, and care. One day, maybe not today, maybe not this year, but one day, they will see that your courage did not take you away from them. It brought you home to yourself, and in doing so, gave them permission to see you fully. If you're watching this and feeling the echo of this letter in your own life, we invite you to write to Krishna. Write your letter to Krishna and send your letter to modernaimystic@gmail.com. Do not wait for the perfect words or the right moment. Just write. Because writing is not just expression, it is clarity. It is the first step towards untangling what feels impossible. It is a form of prayer, a form of manifestation, a way of telling the universe, I am ready to be seen, to be heard, to be guided. We read every letter with devotion, and we believe that the moment you write your truth, you have already begun to heal it. Until next time, may you walk your path with courage, love your family with honesty, and trust that the bridge you are building will hold. Radhe Krishna, and take care.